And as we approach the top of the hour, we are again interrupting your regularly scheduled programming to bring you the latest on that breaking news that we're following right now in Buffalo, where there's a large police presence that has closed traffic on the 190 South. We want to show you a live picture of what's happening right there right now. That's between Niagara Street and the Peace Bridge, where traffic is at a standstill on the 190 South right now. You can see several police cars there, fire trucks, lots of emergency crews. So if you're stuck in traffic or you know somebody who is on the 190, this is why. We did talk to a Buffalo police spokesperson. Not a lot of info we can share with you just yet, but they told us the Buffalo police are not handling this situation. State police are handling this situation, which makes sense because it's on the 190 South. We do have multiple crews heading to that scene. You can see the other camera now from the other direction where traffic is backed up. Again, that's on the 190 South, right around the Peace Bridge, where that pedestrian overpass is that goes to the new Ralph Wilson Park that they're working on right now. We're going to be bringing you the latest on this situation throughout the day on air and online at WGRZ.com. But right now, we really don't have a lot of information to share with you just yet, just that there's a large police presence on the 190 South. We can see it from the traffic cams from both angles. You can see that there are a lot of police cars there. State police patrol the 190. So that's why state police are in charge of investigating whatever is happening there right now on the 190 South. If you're heading in that direction or you're heading out, you have to go somewhere, I would avoid that area because you're not going to be going anywhere. And this looks like, you know, based on the amount of law enforcement officers who are there, that's probably going to be shut down for a while. I can't remember seeing that many cars stopping traffic on the highway like that in a while. It looks like they did just reopen one lane to let traffic go through. We do have a crew on the scene. Dave McKinley is heading there. We're hoping to hear from him in a few minutes. But again, I just want to share with you what we know. We did talk to a Buffalo police spokesperson who told us this is not their deal. State police are handling whatever this is that's happening on the 190 South right now. It looks like some sort of investigation with state police vehicles. They stopped traffic in both directions. We sent some of our own cameras there. We're hoping to get a live picture and video at some point, depending upon how close we can get. In these situations, you know, sometimes you can't get super close. We can't pull over on the side of the highway because that's dangerous to show you what's happening. And it looks like that's one of the parks, and I know they're doing construction over there at Centennial Park right now, so I don't know if we'll be able to get through that way to show you a better shot of what's happening. But Dave McKinley is heading that direction. We're hoping to get him on the phone in a few minutes so that we can get more information from him. This is a live picture of what's happening, so it looks like we were able to get a lot closer. You can see state troopers out there. It looks like they're looking for something or someone where they have traffic stopped. But one lane has reopened on the 190 South since we first broke this news a few minutes ago when the 190 South was completely shut down near the Peace Bridge. So if you're heading that direction, you can expect some backup still. It looks like Buffalo police are there, but state police are the lead on this investigation. Firefighters there, it looks like they're looking for something. Again, we have no idea what happened. And that's why we sent our crews to the scene, and we're also trying to get information from state police and from Buffalo police. Again, at this hour, traffic on the 190 South is backed up after it was completely shut down for large police presence there. This started happening probably around 11:45 is when we found out about it here in the newsroom. And we're trying to get more information for you. We'll stick with this for a little bit. We're trying to get Dave McKinley on the phone to see what he's been able to find out. And again, he might not be able to find out anything more until police talk to us. Usually in these situations, they'll do some kind of press conference because all of us want more information about what's happening. There's another live look from one of the traffic cameras, and you can see traffic, it looks like, is slowly moving through in that left side, that left lane there, and then it's slow going north on the 190 because everybody's looking at what's happening, trying to figure out what's going on there. This is on the 190 South near the Peace Bridge. There's a heavy police presence that at one point had the 190 South completely shut down. And we do have several crews heading to the scene to get more information and get that better view that we were showing you just a few minutes ago. Traffic is also slow in the northbound lanes because people are checking out what's going on, because it's quite unusual to see that many police officers with traffic stopped like that. And it doesn't look like it's a crash or some kind of investigation. So we have Dave McKinley now on the phone, who is closer, has a better vantage point. Dave, what can you tell us? What are you seeing? Dave, are you there? Dave, can you hear us? It's Kelly in the studio.
Yes, Kelly.
All right, I know cell coverage is kind of weird near the Peace Bridge always. What can you see from where you are right now?
Well, we're on a pedestrian bridge, Kelly, over the I-190, and we are approximately 150 yards south of the scene. We have a good view of it here, and I don't know if we have that feed up for our viewers right now. So 190 South is closed in this vicinity for what we've been told was a shooting on the interstate here. This shooting would have occurred right near the Wardbeck pumping station, if you're familiar with that landmark, and just near LaSalle Park as well, or what used to be LaSalle Park. And that is, of course, now Ralph Wilson Centennial Park. What we're seeing right now is a heavy police presence, fire trucks as well. There's one ambulance on the scene. There is one a truck that we believe was involved in this somehow. And we do know that traffic is continued to be stalled here. So if anyone is trying to come through the area, they're going to probably want to jump off on, let's say, Niagara Street. But we can tell you that Niagara Street leading into downtown is filling up quickly. But there are at least a half dozen police cars on the scene with one ambulance, a couple of fire trucks, and we're still trying to find out exactly what happened there. Well, we have a good view of it, but not much more information at this time as to exactly what occurred.
Dave, it was a little hard for me to hear you. Have you seen any patients or people being put onto the stretch? I can see a stretcher that we're looking at right now. Have you seen anybody being pulled out of cars or anything?
No, at the time, we have been here for approximately 10 minutes, and at that time we haven't seen that actually happen. Haven't seen anyone loaded and taken away. However, that may have occurred before we got on the scene.
And there's like a black pickup truck, it looks like, with an insignia on the side. Do you know what kind of truck that is? Is that involved, or is that a law enforcement vehicle?
Well, if you're asking me what, I do see the truck. If you're asking me what its involvement here is, I can't tell you that. Right?
Okay, because I can see that truck stopped, and then it looks like an ambulance and a bunch of police vehicles, state police and Buffalo police. So you're on that pedestrian bridge that connects Centennial Park to Niagara Street, right?
Well, to the foot of Hudson.
Yeah.
Blocks off of Niagara, but I don't know if you've heard me say before, if people are trying to get through this area, and there is traffic moving through in both directions, obviously restricted on the side where this incident occurred, southbound, or the side toward Lake Erie. But a lot of them are going off where they're diverting it further up the expressway onto Niagara, and Niagara is filling up quickly with cars.
Right, so people should just avoid that area. I mean, it's a high traffic area because the Peace Bridge is right there, so it always backs up quickly, but especially when there's only one lane going through on that southbound lane.
Yeah, indeed. So again, the situation here remains active. Several police cars on the scene along with fire trucks. You mentioned that those cars off the side of the road, the one pickup truck with the door open, another what appears to be a civilian vehicle parked just maybe 30 feet ahead of it, and I believe one more car behind that may be out of the shot behind the ambulance, but I don't know what role those various vehicles play in the whole incident, which we understand.
Dave, your cell coverage is cutting in and out a little bit, so we're going to let you go for now, but hang there just in case we go back to you. And we did just confirm, Dave, if you're still there, from New York State Police, that 2 people were shot on the 190. So that is what's happening there. There's investigation a shooting investigation happening. New York State Police just confirming that. Dave, what can you see right now? We're going to talk to you a little bit more. We're waiting for Danielle Church to get on the scene as well.
Well, again, the situation hasn't changed much. One ambulance stationed and ready amid several police cars, fire vehicles, and a lot of police walking around. These vehicles that are parked along the side of the road, including the one pickup truck you might see on our feet with the door open with the insignia on it. We do not know what role that played in this, whether it was a vehicle that had stopped to assist someone or had victims of shooting inside of it. The traffic is allowed through in both directions, obviously heavily restricted, and probably best to avoid this area because the side streets like the thoroughfare like Niagara, which would be your first alternate route, is filling up fast with cars.
All right, Dave McKinley reporting live for us from the 190. Dave, we'll check back in with you probably in a little bit, but we'll let you go for now to try to gather more information. Again, if you're just joining us, we are interrupting your regular programming at 12:10 right now to bring you the latest on this shooting that happened on the 190 South. It happened just after 11:30 this morning, shut down traffic on the 190 South. Now there's one lane moving slowly through, but if you're heading in that direction, I would avoid that area as State Police investigate that shooting that happened on the 190 South. We do have another reporter heading there right now who should be able to get us more information and tell us what she can see from a different angle. But you can see in the video from the traffic cameras and the camera that's with Dave that there is a dark-colored pickup truck that stopped with the door open, and Dave said there was another car or truck that belongs to somebody who's not a law enforcement person that's pulled over to the side there on the 190, where State Police again have confirmed that there was a shooting this morning that would have happened a little after 11:30. That's when we found out that traffic was at a standstill on the 190 South in our newsroom. We are working to gather more information for you. We've also confirmed from Buffalo Police that State Police are the ones handling this investigation, and then State Police are the ones who confirmed that there was a shooting. You can see from our camera there that there is still an ambulance waiting on the side of the road. Buffalo Police also responded to this shooting. Traffic is still moving northbound pretty smoothly, but it's slow because people are looking at what's happening in the investigation. You can see cones are back up, and now it looks like traffic is completely stopped going southbound on the 190. Again, this is by the Peace Bridge, near that pedestrian bridge where Dave McKinley was able to go to get that better vantage point from that camera of ours, where you're seeing more close up that truck with some kind of insignia on it that's pulled over and stopped with its door open. There are also State Police officers there, Buffalo Police officers there, and paramedics as well. Dave said that he didn't see any people being put into the ambulance or in that truck from where he is, and he has that closer vantage point than those traffic cameras we were originally able to show you. Again, if you're just joining us, it's 12 after 12, and we are bringing you live coverage of breaking news from the 190 South in Buffalo, where State Police have confirmed that 2 people were shot in a car or truck on the 190. Traffic is stopped. It looks like all lanes on the 190 South right now, but it is still flowing on the 190 North. This is near the Peace Bridge, where there's always a lot of traffic. Our Dave McKinley is there. Danielle Church is also heading in that direction, and we're hoping to catch up with her in a few minutes as soon as she gets there so she can tell us what she sees. But you can see State Police officers looking for evidence. Cones are set up. Everything is blocked off there. That's on the 190 South near the Peace Bridge in Buffalo. State Police, a sergeant with Troop T, which oversees the thruway, confirmed that 2 people were shot in a vehicle. They didn't say if it was a car or truck, so we don't know which vehicle was involved. State Police also tell us they don't know anything about the circumstances surrounding this shooting, who these people were, who were shooting at each other or who were shot. But now traffic there is a detour. You'll be getting off at exit 9, and just avoid that entire area if you can right now, because you won't be going anywhere. Danielle Church is live there. Danielle, what can you see from where you are? Danielle, can you hear us? And again, anybody who's been on the 190 near the Peace Bridge knows that the cell coverage there can be pretty spotty, and all of our technology relies on cell coverage. So Danielle might not be able to hear me just yet. She's also getting set up. Danielle, can you hear me? Or Terry Belke, the photographer with her. Terry, if you can cue Danielle and just let Danielle know that we're ready for her to start her report. Let us know what's going on.
Yeah, Kelly. So as you can see, traffic is backed up right now on the 190 going southbound between the Peace Bridge and the Niagara Street exit, so avoid the area if you can. As you said, state police confirmed 2 people were shot. We don't know any other information at this time. We're working to confirm that. We also reached out to the Buffalo Police. They have not gotten back to us yet, and so we'll keep you updated on that. As you can see, there's AMR on scene, there's Buffalo Police, we have Buffalo Fire, lots of first responders here right now. We got here just before noon, so this has been going on for quite some time. But again, avoid the area if possible, because traffic is at a total standstill right now. Kelly?
All right, Danielle, so we know that 2 people were shot in that vehicle on the 190 South. Danielle, by the way, thank you for that report. You can see the ambulances are still there. Those cars are pulled over. Again, state police tell us they don't know the circumstances surrounding this shooting. All they know is that 2 people were shot. Obviously, we don't know who they are yet. In these situations, you always have to wait a little bit for that information. But if you are heading out, I would avoid the 190, maybe in both directions by the Peace Bridge, because traffic is still going slowly on the northbound lanes, and on the southbound lanes it looks like it's again completely shut down. They had 1 lane open a few minutes ago, but it looks like it's been shut back down again. Our Dave McKinley is there, Danielle Church is there. We are going to have team coverage for you throughout the day and starting at 4 on most Buffalo. But again, if you're just joining us right now, and expecting to see Dateline, we've been bringing you breaking news of a shooting on the 190 South where 2 people were shot. That's confirmed by state police who are leading that investigation. But Buffalo police, of course, also responded when they got the call that there was a shooting or something happening on the 190 South. We're hoping to learn more information about this later on. We would, in these situations, most likely be expecting a press conference of some sort from state police later on today. But we're going to send it to Heather Lee, who is in the newsroom right now with more information. She just talked with state police. Heather, what can you tell us?
So Kelly, I just got off the phone with a state police sergeant out of Albany just a few minutes ago. Again, he confirming to 2 on your side that 2 people were shot in a vehicle. He told me he didn't know the circumstances of this shooting, if it happened while they were in the vehicle, as they were driving, if they were pulled off to the side of the road. He is unsure of that at this point. Now, part of the communication breakdown is the fact that Troop T headquarters, they're in Albany. So the information that they're getting from here locally is then having to travel to Albany, where it is officially released by their public information officer. I can tell you this, there are 11 different troops across New York State. Troop T is in charge of the thruway system, which is obviously the 90, and in this case, the 190. You can see a number of state police uniform officers at the scene right now, a number of ambulances, as well as what appear to be plainclothes members of the state police. Those are typically investigators called out to very serious incidents along the thruway, not your run-of-the-mill accident where you might just have a uniformed trooper. Also here we're seeing members of the Buffalo Police Department. We're unsure right now whether or not the Buffalo Police, if they responded to this incident after getting that initial call. We're unsure if they're the ones that got the initial call or if it went directly to state police. So was this something that perhaps started on a different part of the thruway and then ended at this spot? Again, those are all questions that we're working to find out at this point. But again, Troop T is going to be the one that is in charge of this scene, in charge of this situation, but also perhaps getting some help from Buffalo Police. You can see traffic moving on the 190 northbound, the southbound lane closed right now. That sergeant told me that all traffic right now currently being diverted off at exit 9. This is going to cause quite a backup. If it is something as serious as 2 people shot, you can imagine the investigation that is going to take place here. They're going to be looking for evidence. They're going to be looking to block off the scene, checking for witnesses, also getting any sort of witness accounts or statements. Also probably at some point, Kelly, asking for perhaps dash cam video.
Yeah.
We've got a lot of truck traffic that comes through that area. I would imagine that those are all things that throughout the day we're going to be hearing from state police that they're looking for to try to piece together this information or this investigation.
They also have those traffic cameras too that'll be helpful that they're always rolling on. Heather Lee live in our newsroom. Heather, thank you for that update. Again, if you're just joining us, we did interrupt regular programming to bring you this breaking news from the 190 South in Buffalo, where state police have confirmed that 2 people were shot in a vehicle. We don't have any more information right now as to who those people were or what led up to that shooting, and we have a team of reporters on the scene right now. You can see on the traffic map where it's red. Avoid that area. You should avoid the area of the 190 near the Peace Bridge. There are going to be backups on 190 South. They had one lane open for a little bit, but it looked like it was closed back up again. 190 North is still flowing, but it is a little bit slow. We're going to check back in now with Dave McKinley, who was able to get a good vantage point from that pedestrian bridge over the 190. Right? Dave, what can you tell us? Dave, are you there? Dave, can you hear us?
All right, guys, we're here at a pedestrian overpass. It's at the foot of Hudson Street, and it leads over to Ralph Wilson Centennial Park, the former LaSalle Park. And from our vantage point, you can see the scene as it exists right now. Particularly in that scene, you see a pickup truck with the door open. Now, we took a close view of that, and it appears to be the logo of the Buffalo Sewer Authority. That's a truck that what appears to be police investigators are looking over as well. There do appear to be bullet holes in the side of that truck. As for the situation right now, as you've heard reported, the report officially from state police, which would be the lead agency here, that 2 people were shot in an apparent drive-by incident here on the 190 southbound, which occurred past the Peace Bridge, but just before the Niagara Street exit. And as you can see there, traffic is stopped going southbound. Now, it appeared that they were letting tractor trailers go through a single lane until a short time ago. They have been stopped completely. Other traffic been diverted off and onto Niagara Street, and Niagara Street is getting quite busy right now. Northbound, as Heather mentioned and Kelly mentioned, you can get through, but with a lot of rubbernecking going on, it's extremely slow, so you might want to avoid the area entirely. This ambulance that you see in the picture right now hasn't moved, and we've been here for about 25 minutes now, so we haven't seen anyone loaded into or transported from this scene. Again, we see a couple of civilian vehicles and one Buffalo Sewer Authority vehicle parked. That police have been taking a close look at that pickup truck for the past few minutes. We don't know what the involvement is there, but on a close look that we took to it, it does appear to have holes in the side, possibly bullet holes. And so again, you might want to avoid this area entirely. And police are continuing their investigation. It's something we would imagine that this scene is going to be like this for quite some time, as they again begin to allow what appears to be a few tractor trailers just mixed with a few cars into the single lane going southbound in an effort to get them cleared of this scene.
All right, Dave McKinley reporting live for us from that pedestrian bridge over the 190 South and 190 North. 190 North traffic is still moving, although slowly. And the 190 South, Dave told us that one lane has reopened just to let some of that traffic through, because it will get backed up there since it's so close to the Peace Bridge. That's a better view of where Dave is right now, where that shooting happened. Again, if you're just joining us, New York State Police out of Albany Troop T confirmed with us this afternoon that 2 people were shot in a vehicle on the 190 South. That happened just before noon today. And there again is a live picture of the investigation. State Police are leading that right now. You can see some officers in uniform, some officers in plain clothes there looking for evidence as that investigation continues this afternoon. Again, this scene will probably be like this for several hours, and they are letting some trucks and cars through to just get rid of some of that congestion. But if you're heading in that direction, just avoid the 190 altogether at this point so you're not stuck in that traffic if you can, unless you absolutely have to go that way at this hour. We do have a team of reporters covering this for us this afternoon. Again, State Police tell us that 2 people were shot and were taken to ECMC just before noon today after they were shot in a vehicle on the 190 South. Now, we don't know anything about the circumstances surrounding the shooting, who the people are, why it happened. We're hoping to get all of that information at some point this afternoon or early this evening from State Police, who are again leading that investigation into 2 people being shot on the 190 South. We're going to send you back to regular programming now, but we will break in with any new information as we get it. We will also be updating you on social media and on WGRZ.com. Our next regularly scheduled newscast is at 4 on Most Buffalo.